Aberdeenshire is located in the northeast of Scotland. It's an emerging mountain bike destination, and it's somewhere in the last couple of years that I've only just discovered, and there's plenty to explore. All right. This series showcases my favourite trails in Scotland. I'm creating it sustainably by planting more trees, giving back to the trail associations and offsetting all their journey emissions. Get rolling! Woo! In this episode we're going to be exploring Glen Muick, the trails around Ballater and the Munro Beinn a Bhùird. Here we go, dropping into the lightning bolt. What can I say? That has got to be one of my favourite trails in the world. It's challenging. Getting down it in one piece is always a bit of a battle. There's so many things that can catch you out. You're trying to ride it with flow, and yeah, finish up. Beautiful vista here on the loch. It's so tranquil. Can't think of a better place to end the ride. Ballater is our base for exploring Aberdeenshire. It's a quaint village, loads of independent shops and cafes, and when you're there it feels like you're in the middle of nowhere. The local trail association have been doing an amazing job working with landowners, developing the network of trails, and it is just booming. So I think this is called Mastermind because it's a pretty technical trail, and also because there's like a villain's lair at the top. The Mastermind.
That just clicked in your head in real time.
Math. And then math, I was like, no way. It's been a couple of years since I've ridden it actually. From what I remember, it was really nice. It's mulchy, it's through beautiful pine trees, a few little rocky sections, a few techie bits, quite fast, quite flowing. I think it's going to be really nice. Well, I've never discovered blueberries like this, just trailside, and I've got to say these are delicious. They're juicy. Pulled up at this point because it's a pretty perfect example of trail erosion. This is a challenging section of trail. At the point that it was built, it was probably quite narrow, it was tight, but over time the trail has actually widened. There's now a wider line that opens up the whole trail. It avoids those big compressions and ultimately makes it easier. This is like the classic trail erosion, which is what we're not wanting to do. We're wanting to keep the trail nice and narrow. We're in a beautiful bit of forest surrounded by nature, and we're wanting to keep our tyre print to a minimum. That was Mastermind. What a trail. Had to really work for the flow at the top, and then further down through those green ferns. It's super stunning. Now we're going to head through Ballater town itself and climb up towards Heartbreak Ridge. Aberdeenshire has been my most recent discovery for mountain biking in Scotland. The first trail that really captured me was Heartbreak Ridge. Heartbreak Ridge is like this ridge line that you're on. It's got these panoramic views 360 degrees, and I think that just stimulated something for actually like exploring more of Aberdeenshire. From going there, I met some locals, they've shown me more trails, and it's just a really cool scene. That mountain right there is called Mount Keane, and it's been a pretty keen climb up to this point, and ahead of us is a beautiful piece of Singletrack. They've been doing quite a lot of work to make the trail more sustainable, so I'm pretty excited to see what they've done. It's a really fun trail. It's super fast from the start, it's really flowy, you've got big panoramas, and let's drop in. So much fun. The work they've done has made it flow just a little bit better. They're just taking edges out so you can carry speed through sections. There's not wheel grabbing holes that are going to slow you down. It's going to increase the longevity of the trail. It's going to mean more people can ride the trails, more people can enjoy it, and they've done a really, really good job. I'm honestly blown away by how good it was. It was so much fun. The high speed sections mixed with some more technical sections at the bottom. So good. I mean, it's now coming up for 8:30. It's still warm. I'm sweating. What more could you want from a day out on the bike? We're lucky in Scotland to have the right to roam, which means we can go anywhere. But as mountain bikers, we've got to respect the terrain that we're riding in. And Munro is a mountain in Scotland that's over 914 metres. There's 282 of them in Scotland. But as mountain bikers, they can be pretty challenging descents. We're lucky that the one we're riding today is one of the best in Scotland. It's fast, it's flowing, and has amazing views. Today we're on the Spark. Little 120mm bike, 130 up front, and good thing about this puppy is it's going to be light on the way up. Look at this, hiker bike, no problem. We are at the summit of Bhùird. It's a Munro in the Cairngorms. Absolutely stunning. You've got amazing cliffs all around it, a beautiful locan, and then you've got an amazing descent. You can be a rider of pretty much any ability to tackle this. There's no technical features. There's a few water bars, so you need to have that bunny hop technique dialed in. You can take in the views, you can stop as many times as you want. So it's going to be one special descent, I think. It's half 3. The light's only going to get better and better, and it is an absolute belter of a day. Couldn't ask for much better. Sun is shining, golden hour is coming up, trails are dry, and the boys are stoked. Being able to ride locations like Bhùird are privileges that we as mountain bikers can't take for granted. We need to respect these fragile landscapes, ride to the terrain, conditions, and acknowledge the wildlife they're home to. The trail associations are working to sustainably build bigger trail networks and communicate the benefits that mountain biking brings to the local communities. The best way we all can help is by appreciating and understanding the work that goes into creating the trails we love to ride. Thanks for watching this episode of Scotty's Scotland Showcase. All the revenue generated from you watching the series will be split between planting more trees in Scotland and the local trail associations. If you want to ride any of these trails for yourself, then be sure to check out the collection link in the description.
Give me a sit rep.
So as soon as I started it, I just flipped to the side and it happened to be facing outwards towards the cliff. So it cartwheeled down the mountain, all the way to the bottom. So I'm away down the gully.
Sometimes it may be good, sometimes it may be shit.